let's jump on this Steelers Ravens game. I know we've talked about the Ravens, so let's talk very quickly about the Steelers. Mark, they've won 2 games in the bounce, and I apologize to Michaela for not bringing up the viral moment that happened on Sunday between Mike Tomlin and a fan. I'm sure if you haven't seen it, basically the fan wanted to say hello to him or something, and he said, "I'm effing working," and he walked on. It was 10 out of 10, genius stuff.
Michael,
Search.
I swear to God, I saw that video and thought it was you. I
Really?
thought you were the fan because he had like a beard, and I was just, I don't know what, like a quick
The
glance.
guy
I was
was
like,
Spanish. I was like,
what is Michael doing over there? Quick glance, I thought it was you.
somehow I got home to record a post game podcast where we didn't know Jimmy G was out for the season. It just top notch stuff from me. But yeah, thank you very much, Mark. Is there any situation here that you can see the Steelers going on a run? 5-7. They are you talking what? 3 games off the top of the AFC North. Lamar Jackson's out. Obviously, the Burrow and the Bengals are rolling, but could they go on a run? Am I crazy to suggest that? Tomlin is trying to at least get to a positive record for his own record's sake.
I was talking this with someone earlier on about how Tomlin is in a position to keep this, what is it, year 20 or year 21 of a 500 or over record. If it was an 8 or a 17 game, whatever week, 16 game schedule, I think he could, because the maximum they could really do is 3. So when you look at who they have left, they might have
Ravens twice, Mark.
They have Ravens twice. That's massive. So if they have the Ravens twice without a quarterback, they can win those 2 games. They have the Panthers. They can definitely get a win there. You don't know what games you're going to get from the Raiders or Browns. That's what I'm saying. Like, they could potentially go 3-1, but I think that 3-2, I guess, pushes them over the limit. But I think, like, for me, what the last few weeks have done is, instead of them being a 10-point underdog, they are now gone to 3 or 4. They've become frisky. They're going to cause a headache. But like, will they still win? Yeah, I think they will down the stretch. It would have been a more interesting game if Lamar was in. I think I don't have the line. They must be the favourites going in this weekend if he doesn't play, right? So yeah, it's definitely an interesting one. They become a frisky team. We've been talking about frisky teams with the Las Vegas Raiders. We'll be talking some Detroit Lions in a minute. So I think they're there, but like, the season's done for them. Like, the 2 wins that they just had were against the Falcons and against the Colts. It's not like they just went to Kansas City or just stole one from Buffalo. That's not the case. So I'm not overawed with Pittsburgh. I think that their own fans know that. I think that they've had some positives the last few weeks, but they're not the Pittsburgh of old that you want to see in the playoffs.
What's your thoughts, Michaela, on the Steelers at the minute?
I think that I would love to see Pickett doing a lot better than he is at the moment. And I think they will, if Lamar's out, which he probably will be, let's be real this week, I think they will beat them. I don't think Tyler Huntley's not near Kenny Pickett, to be honest. Even though, like, he kind of has a similar style set to Lamar's and he can rush the ball, and that's kind of what the Ravens do. I just think the Steelers will beat them because I don't think the Ravens are kind of anybody without Lamar Jackson. And then I think they'll beat the Panthers. I don't think they'll beat the Raiders, and they'll probably, if Lamar's back, they'll lose to the Ravens towards the end of the season. And then I think they also have the Browns, which they will probably lose as well. So I don't think they're just kind of like it's not kind of like a team like the Raiders where they're kind of getting red hot against decent teams. Like, the Raiders bet the Seahawks, the Raiders bet the Chargers. Like, Michael, you had the Chargers going to the Super Bowl this year. Just kind of throwing that back at you. But
Here, it could still happen. It can
still happen, but I doubt it at this point.
Mathematically, it can still happen. It's all good.
Yeah, but like Mark said, they didn't beat anyone of note. They bet the Colts. The Colts got, I know the Cowboys are a great team, but the Colts got like demolished against them the other night. And then the other team they bet weren't an amazing team either. So I feel kind of meh about the Steelers. I would like to see Pickett kind of take a leap next year and be like definitely 100% be their next guy is the franchise quarterback. And it would obviously make the AFC North so much more interesting, because imagine a Steelers team with their defense, a really good Kyle Pickett against the Browns, the Bengals and Joe Burrow, and Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. That would be a really, really red hot division. But at the moment, I'm just kind of if I'd rather probably watch. No, that's a bit much. I was going to say I'd rather watch paint dry than the Steelers, but just they wouldn't be. They'd probably be one of my last team to watch.
Obviously, with the Rooney family and the historic ties to Ireland, we all love Pittsburgh, and the city is Pittsburgh and the Steelers as well. And yeah, I'd love to see what you just said there, especially Mark, about the final running. Let's see what happens over the last few weeks. The Steelers can always seem to find some sort of different gear, but I think this could be the year where it does maybe go down a little bit. Time will tell. Time will tell.